Hi everyone. Today's topic is animal cell culture media. Last few classes we discussed about the different conditions we need in the lab design, and what are the different types of glasswares which are used. All those things we discussed. Now it is the time to discuss about the culture media. So before starting with the culture media, you should understand what do you mean by animal cell culture. What do you mean by cell culture generally? Not animal cell, any cell culture. What do you mean by cell culture? Cell culture meaning we are culturing the cells in the in vitro condition. So in the case of animal cell culture, you have to write the definition for cell culture first. So cell culture, it's a major technique in life science. All of you agree with that? All the major research work, it is depending on, or it is completely on the animal cells which are there in the culture. So cell culture, it's a major technique in life science. What do you mean by cell culture? It is the removal of cells. Not only cells, you can remove the tissues, organs from an animal and place it in an artificial environment for the survival and proliferation. That is known as the cell culture. So when you are writing about the animal cell culture media, you need to write what do you mean by a cell culture. What is cell culture? Cell culture, it is a technique of removal of cells, tissues or organs. Cells, tissues and organs can be cultured. So if cells are cultured, it is called as cell culture. Tissues meaning tissue culture, organ meaning organ culture. Okay, removal of cells, tissues, organs from an animal and place it into an artificial environment for the survival and proliferation. Now why we have to give a media? When the cells are there naturally in the body, the cells will be getting all the nutrients through the circulation. The blood will be, through the blood all the nutrients it will get, and it get the oxygen also. But when you are culturing the animal cells in the media, we need to provide everything what are needed for the survival of the cells. Okay, that is the importance of a media. Okay, so what is culture, cell culture? All of you understood, I think. Now, what are the requirements of cell culture? What all things you need for the animal cells to grow in a media? It need a controlled temperature. Okay, because animal cells, usually most of the animal cells will grow at a particular temperature, that is 37 degrees centigrade. There are exceptions which we will be seeing later, and most of the cells except your blood cells, all other cells, they need a substratum for attachment. They get attached to the surface where you are culturing. So they need a substrate for attachment. Then they need a growth medium. That is what we are going to discuss. Growth medium is needed, and incubator that maintains pH. So usually a incubator what we use, that will be a carbon dioxide incubator which will maintain the temperature and pH. Okay, so these are the major things which are needed for the culturing. Other things what are required for this cell culture lab we have discussed already. But to grow the cells we need a controlled temperature. Substrate for attachment. Why substrate for attachment? All the cells except your blood cells will attach the substrate where you are growing the cells. Cells will adhere to the surface and then it start growing. So we have to provide a substrate for attachment. Growth medium is required, and incubator that maintains the pH, that is the carbon dioxide incubator which I have mentioned earlier. Under carbon dioxide incubator, the instrument used under for animal cell culture, in that topic I told you about the carbon dioxide incubator. Clear? So temperature should be maintained. Substrate for attachment is the culture vessel. I told you that it will have a positive charge surface, thereby the cells will adhere to the surface. Growth media and incubator that maintains the pH, that is your carbon dioxide incubator. Now what do you mean by media? So we have seen what is cell culture, what are the different requirements for cells to grow. Now we are going to see what is media. Media composed of appropriate source of energy and compounds that regulate the cell cycle. So when we are preparing a media, we have to be very, very careful. We need to provide all the nutrients which normally the cells get when it is in the natural environment. Okay, so appropriate source of energy and compounds that regulate cell cycle, everything we need to provide. And these are some of the major components which we use generally for the preparation of animal cell culture media. One is glucose, another one is vitamin. Glucose is the quick energy source, vitamins, inorganic salt and serum. What is there in the serum? Serum has growth factor, hormone and attachment factors. So all these factors are there in the serum. It has growth factor, hormone, attachment factors. Okay, so fibronectin and all those components will be there in the serum, which will help in the attachment of the cells to the substrate, and it can start growing. Now we are going to see what are the different types of media which is generally used for animal cell culture technique. So we can use biological fluids. Okay, mostly in the animal cell culture lab, biological fluids will be used. What do you mean by biological fluid? Biological fluid meaning we can use plasma, serum, lymph, okay, human placental cell serum, amniotic fluid. These are some of the biological fluid. Biological fluid means you know what is biological fluid. So these are the biological fluid which will have most of the nutrients so that the cells can grow properly in the biological fluid. Plasma, serum, lymph, placental cord serum, that is meaning the cord blood. The umbilical cord will have the blood, you know, that serum. Then amniotic fluid. These are the biological fluid. Then we can use under the natural media. So these are some of the 3 different types of natural medias are used for animal cell culturing, but there are so many drawbacks. That is why usually people go for the artificial media. So first natural media is a biological fluid. In this biological fluid only people started culturing the animal cells. Earlier days they used to use only the natural source. Second one is the tissue extract, wherein we can use extract of liver, we can use extract of the spleen, tumor, leukocyte extract, bone marrow extract, and embryo extract. Usually bovine and chick embryo extracts will be used as the tissue extracts. Next one is clots, wherein we can use plasma clots or coagulants. Okay, the coagulated blood can be used as the culture media. So they used to use, but because of so many drawbacks, because we don't know the chance of contamination is more, and the components which are there in all these natural sources are also unknown. The components may vary. So because of that, we are not using all these natural sources directly. Instead of that, people started using the artificial media. What are the different artificial medias which are used? One is known as BSS. Okay, second one is known as basal media, and the third one is the complex media. Complex media is the one which generally we use for the culturing. BSS, for a very short time, if you want to maintain the cells in the culture, we can use a BSS. BSS stands for balanced salt solution. Okay, balanced salt solution, there are different types are there. PBS, DPBS, then HBSS, then EBSS. These are different types of balanced salt solution. Okay, basal media is MEM. Okay, that is one of the basal media. Modified Eagles media. Then DMEM. DMEM stands for Delbecque's Modified Eagles media. All these are modified medias. First one was eagle media, that was not proper, so that was not sufficient, nutrient quantity was not proper, so they modified it and named it as modified eagles media. Modified eagles media was again modified by another scientist, Delbecque, and he named it as Delbecque's Modified Eagles media. Now the complex media which is used in the lab is RPMI. RPMI is the most widely used media. RPMI stands for Roswell Park Memorial Institute media, which is there in Buffalo. That university, they devised this media. They prepared this media. That is why the media is called as the RPMI. Okay. Now, what are the different drawbacks of this natural media? Natural media, the advantages, they are useful and convenient. Okay. So, natural media, what are the natural media? Biological fluid, tissue extract, and the clot. What are the advantages? They are useful, very convenient, easily we can prepare. But there are disadvantages. Disadvantages are poor reproducibility due to the lack of knowledge of exact composition. Because each time when you prepare a biological fluid, each time the composition can vary. So you cannot reproduce the result because of the lack of knowledge on the exact composition. We don't know the exact composition of this natural fluid. Okay, so natural media such as biological fluid, tissue extract, and clot will have from each person or from each source. When you are taking this natural media, the components can vary, thereby it cannot be used. That is the disadvantage of natural media. Now the artificial media that is used generally are serum containing media. Okay, so these are generally used media. One is serum containing media, second one is serum free media, third one is chemically defined media, and the last one is known as the protein free media. So 4 different types of medias are used. Serum containing media meaning it has serum. Serum is added into the media. Serum free media, to avoid the drawback of the serum free media is prepared. Chemically defined, it is a completely artificial one. Another one is the protein free media, that is your RPMI, that is a protein free media that can be used for culturing the cells. If you want to add protein, then you can add protein into the RPMI media. And in the serum containing media, most generally used serum is the FBS. Have you heard of FBS? FBS stands for fetal bovine serum. So when you did the animal cell culture technique, you have used this FBS. So FBS is the fetal bovine serum. The advantages are low cost supplement. Okay, so it is not very high cost, it is low cost compared to other media. It is a low cost supplement. It has water soluble nutrients, it has hormones, growth factor, and protease inhibitor. These are different components which are there in the serum. Now what are the drawbacks of serum containing media? There is a chance of contamination. High chance of contamination is there, because the serum what you are collecting, you are not purifying it. Maybe if any contamination is there in the blood, some viruses or something, then your culture completely gets contaminated. Second one is undefined quantity of the growth factor, proteins and carbon dioxide. The quantity, we are not aware of it. No uniformity in composition of the serum, and availability is less. Every time we have to depend on the natural source for the serum. So thereby the availability of this media, it is very less. Okay, so these are the different things you need to remember about the animal cell culture media. Now the next topic what we are going to discuss is what are the physiological and chemical properties of the media. So when you are preparing the media should have some of the physiological and chemical properties. What are those physiological and chemical properties of the media? The first and foremost one is the pH. pH of the media, it should be between 7 to 7.4. Okay, that is the pH which is needed for the growth of the cells. And indicator to check the variation in the pH, generally in the media they will be adding a indicator. Indicator is a non-reactive indicator generally they use, that is the phenol red indicator. That will not react with the components of the media. If the pH goes below 7, the color will change, okay, to orange to yellow. So slowly the color from that pink color, red color, it slowly reduces to yellow to orange color. That means the pH is below 7. And then you have to maintain the pH by adding the bicarbonate, or by appropriate method you have to change the pH. More than 7.4, the media color will change into purple. Clear? So first physiological or chemical property of the media is the pH. Second one is temperature. Temperature of the when you are doing the animal cell culture, the temperature which has to maintain is 37 degrees centigrade. The culture will become sensitive, or it will the cells will die if the temperature, if it is more than 37 degrees centigrade. But depends on the source, the temperature can vary. Example, when you are culturing the cells from birds, the temperature is 38.5. Okay, so cells from the birds, when you are culturing, you need to maintain the temperature 38.5. Cold-blooded animal, when you are culturing those cells from the cold-blooded animal, the temperature has to be maintained to 15 to 27. So if you are maintaining 37 degrees centigrade, these cells cannot survive there. If you are maintaining 37 for the birds cells, then also it cannot undergo proliferation, because the temperature needed is 37.8. Okay, that is the second physiological property. The third one is the osmolality. What do you mean by osmolality? First of all, is the measure of number of dissolved particle in the fluid. Okay, so osmolality, that determines the number of dissolved particle in the fluid. Usually the media osmolality should be between 260 to 320 per kg. Human plasma, it is 290, that is the osmolality. So then in the culture you have to maintain 260 to 320, that is the required osmolality. So if it varies, then the cells cannot survive. Next one is the carbon dioxide and bicarbonate buffering. Carbon dioxide in the media, and that is usually in the dissolved state. Concentration depends on the atmospheric carbon dioxide. We will be maintaining the cells in a carbon dioxide incubator. The concentration of the carbon dioxide and bicarbonate, that is pH also. pH is correlated. So concentration of the carbon dioxide, bicarbonate and the pH in the media, they are correlated. Okay. So usually to increase the carbon dioxide, the pH will reduce. When the carbon dioxide concentration is more, the pH decreases, pH reduces, then media become acidic. Then addition of bicarbonate. When you add bicarbonate into the media, that will again neutralize the pH. pH is maintained by the bicarbonate buffer. That is the buffer which is used for maintaining the pH in the animal cells in culture. That is a low cost one and no toxicity. And recently in most of the cell culture technique, they will be using another buffer which is called as the Heaps buffer. Okay, so Heaps buffer, that is another buffer which is used for cell culturing technique, which is costly and toxic. Next one is the oxygen, which is very important. Proliferation of the cells completely depends on the oxygen supply. Cultured cells depends on the dissolved oxygen. In the media, dissolved oxygen will be there, that will be utilized by the cells. Increase in the oxygen, there will be so much of oxygen concentration is also not good. You know, when oxygen concentration is more, the oxygen gets converted to free radicals. Free radicals are very toxic to cells. Whether it is a cultured cell or naturally also, free radicals are very problematic. Now, to avoid the formation of the free radical or to scavenge, what do you mean by scavenge? Trapping. For trapping the free radical, we can use glutathione. Glutathione is a scavenger of the free radical, which is used to nullify the toxic effect of the oxygen. So we need to maintain a proper oxygen concentration. If it is more, free radicals will be formed. The toxicity due to free radical is we can overcome by adding glutathione into the media. Glutathione is the scavenger which will trap the free radicals. Selenium, that is another component which is added into the media and which reduces the oxygen toxicity. Next, what are the other nutrients which are needed? Choline, ethanolamine, emolinic acid, iron, copper, selenium. All these things promote the growth of the cultured cells. Okay. Now another one is a protein. Another factor which is needed is commonly added is BSA. What is BSA? Bovine serum albumin. This promotes the cell growth and increases the survival. So these are the various factors which are physiological and chemical factors which are needed in the which has to be maintained in the animal cell culture technique. What are those? One is pH, second one is temperature, third one is osmolality, third one is carbon dioxide and bicarbon dioxide and buffering, then oxygen, nutrients and protein. Okay, so this is given as a separate topic. So in the syllabus, if you see, you can see that the first topic which is given under animal cell culture media is physicochemical property. Second one is a complete media, then serum free media, then BSS is there, and selection of serum. Okay, so we have seen a general idea about the animal cell culture media. Now we have discussed about the physiological and chemical properties of the media. Next we are going to see what are the different components of the media. Okay, when you are preparing the media, you have to be very specific about the components of the media. If any variation is there in the components of the media, your media will become, or the culture cannot grow in that media. So the media should have amino acid, glucose, salt, vitamins and other nutrients. So these are the main things which are needed for maintaining the cell culture. Okay, so what are the things? Amino acid is required, then glucose is needed, amino acid, glucose, salt, vitamins, nutrients in liquid or in the powder form. Okay, now the buffering system. Another important aspect is the buffering system. We have discussed already under the physiological property, the pH should be always maintained. Okay. Now in the buffering system, or buffering can be maintained by two methods. One is the natural buffering system, meaning regulation of the pH. One is a natural one, another one is by using the Heaps buffer. Natural one meaning we have to use a bicarbonate buffer, carbon dioxide in the incubator that will balance the bicarbonate and carbon dioxide content, and this is maintained by the exclusively by the carbon dioxide incubator. The carbon dioxide concentration which is used for animal cell culture media is 5 to 10%. Okay. Now the other media which is artificial one or most recently used one is the Heaps buffer. Heaps stands for hydroxyethyl piperazine, ethine sulfonic acid. Okay, that is Heaps. Heaps buffer, this is usually used for maintaining the pH. It has a superior buffering capacity when compared to your natural buffering system. Maintains the pH very well in the range of 7.2 to 7.4. When you are using a Heaps buffer, you need not worry about the pH maintenance, because Heaps buffer will maintain the pH. What is Heaps? Hydroxyethyl piperazine, PIPERAZIN, piperazine ethine sulfonic acid. Maintains the pH range 7.2 to 7.4. The drawback of the Heaps buffer is it is very, very expensive. So usually prepared by 2.3 grams of Heaps. Heaps is available, ready-made it is available. 2.3 grams of Heaps will be dissolved in 80 ml of deionized water, and by using a magnetic stirrer you can mix it well. It will be acidic. Okay, so when you prepare this one Heaps buffer, this will be acidic. When you check the pH, you can see that it is acidic. Then you need to add sodium hydroxide and bring the pH to 7.4. So usually 1.5 pellet of NaOH is added. What do you mean by 1.5 pellet? One full pellet and a half pellet if you add, you can prepare the this particular buffer. So what is the preparation? 2.3 grams of Heaps, 80 ml of deionized water. Mix it in a magnetic stirrer. pH will be acidic, and maintain the pH by adding 1.5 pellet of sodium hydroxide. Then the pH will be 7.4. Fine. Okay, that is the Heaps buffer. That is how we have to use the Heaps buffer. Next one is the phenol red. Already I told you the pH, the maintenance of the pH is with the help of indicator phenol red. pH should be maintained between 7 to 7.4. If it is below 7, the color will change to yellow. More than 7.4, the color will change to purple. Fine. Now inorganic salt. Inorganic salt, it will help to maintain the osmotic balance, and also membrane potential will be maintained by the inorganic salt. Okay, helps to maintain the osmotic balance and the membrane potential. Next one is next component of the media is amino acid. Amino acids are the building block of protein. That's a basic aspect about the amino acid. So it is essential, and all the essential amino acids should be included, especially L-glutamine. If you remember, when you prepared the animal cell culture media, you have added L-glutamine. What is the purpose of adding all should be added, but the L-glutamine is the major one that will provide nitrogen for NAD, NADPH and the nucleotide. Okay, that is why we have to add L-glutamine. Next one is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate source is glucose. So energy source that is very much needed. Carbohydrate should be added into the media. Next one is protein. Usually if you are using a serum containing media, all the proteins will be there in the serum. The proteins, different types of proteins which are there in the media are albumin, okay, albumin, transferrin, fibronectin and aproteinin. Albumin, you know, it's present in the blood. As some class I told you that there are two different major protein, globulin and albumin. One is albumin is needed, another one is transferrin. You remember what is the function of transferrin? Iron transport will be with the help of this transferrin receptors. Fibronectin is needed for the adhesion of the cells to the substrate, and aproteinin, P-R-O-T-I-N-I-N, aproteinin, that is one of the protein which is needed for that will act as a protease inhibitor. So if all the proteins are getting inactivated by the protease, then you cannot grow the cells properly. Thereby you have to inactivate it by using this aproteinin protein. Okay, albumin, it's a main protein that binds with the water. salt, fatty acid, hormones, vitamins, and also transport it to the tissues. And albumin remove the toxic substances. Fibronectin is needed for the attachment. Transferrin is needed for the iron transport. A-proteinin, it's a protective agent, stabilizes all the protein because it's a protease inhibitor. Next one is the fatty acid, which is important for the serum free media. In the serum there is no need of adding any fatty acid because it has naturally fatty acid is there. If we are using a serum free media, make sure that we are adding fatty acid. Next one is vitamin. Vitamins are essential for the growth and proliferation, and the cells cannot be synthesized. The vitamin cannot be synthesized by the cells, therefore it should be supplemented. All the vitamins should be supplemented externally for the proper growth and survival of the cells. Trace elements like copper, zinc, selenium, tricarboxylic acid, which are required for the growth of the cells, and these are all cofactors. What are the trace elements? Copper, zinc, selenium, tricarboxylic acid, and which are required for the growth, and all these will act as the cofactors. Antibiotics, it will inhibit the growth of the microorganism, but there is a drawback. What is the drawback? It can interfere with the growth of the cells. That is the drawback of the antibiotics. So you generally, if you can maintain the sterility properly, it's better to avoid the use of antibiotic. Preparation of antibiotic and all these components, usually we have to follow a filter sterilization technique, which we have discussed already. Okay, and the sterility of the media, once after the preparation, all the components will be added according to the standard procedure. Then after the sterility can be checked by keeping the media in incubator at 37 degrees centigrade for 72 hours. So when you keep it in the media, in the incubator, if contamination is there, you can see turbidity in the media. If there is no contamination, then you can proceed with the animal cell culture. So that is one method to avoid the contamination. So after the preparation, keep the media for 72 hours at 37 degrees centigrade in the incubator. Check for turbidity. If there is no turbidity, then you can very well go for the culturing technique. Okay, so we'll continue with the other media preparation things in the next class. Thank you.